I, 29M, attended my best friend's, Tega, 29M, wedding a few years ago as the best man and was denied A+1, even though I had a girlfriend, Betty, 28F. When Tega and his now wife Winnie, 30F, got engaged, they invited me to their wedding. At the time, I was single, but they generously offered me A+1. A few months after receiving the invitation, I informed Tega that I had started dating Betty and would be bringing her as my guest. For context, I've known Betty for about 7 years. We dated briefly in college, and I originally met her through Tega, as she was a friend of his ex-girlfriend. However, when Tega and his ex broke up, the ex demanded that Betty choose between continuing her friendship with her or dating me. The ex was quite toxic, and Betty chose to continue our relationship. Since then, she hasn't maintained any contact with Tega's ex. However, Betty and I ended up breaking up in college. She transferred to another school across the country, and neither of us were fans of long-distance relationships. It wasn't some messy breakup, we didn't scream or ghost each other. We just looked at the reality of our lives and decided it wasn't going to work out. We parted ways with a hug and a silent agreement that maybe in another life, things would be different. Fast forward 6 years. Life had happened, bad relationships, career shifts, therapy, maturity. And then one day, we bumped into each other at a mutual friend's housewarming. The spark didn't just come back, it exploded. It was like we had paused a movie mid-scene and picked it up with clearer eyes and stronger hearts. We started dating again. This time, it felt like we actually had a shot. So when my best friend Tega invited me to his wedding with Winnie, and the invitation included A+1, I didn't hesitate. Betty was my obvious choice. I was genuinely excited to bring her, to share this moment with both my closest friend and the woman I saw a future with. But then things got weird. I had no idea Winnie even knew who Betty was, let alone that she had an opinion about her. Turns out, she did, and it wasn't a good one. Apparently, Betty had been friends with Tega's ex, Karine. Back in college, they were close, like borrow each other's clothes and cry over boys kind of close. But when I started dating Betty, Karine didn't take it well. She gave Betty an ultimatum, either stay friends with her or keep seeing me. Toxic, right? Betty chose me. She cut ties with Karine and never looked back. So when Winnie, who I had no idea was even friends with Karine, found out I was planning to bring Betty, all hell broke loose. She told Tega she didn't want Betty at the wedding because it would be disrespectful to Karine. Disrespectful. As if Betty showing up to a wedding with me, her boyfriend, was some form of protest. Tega called me late one